the axioms that if you're going to have a season, you got to win the opener, and so we fulfilled that first condition of success, and we're enjoying that. We have an awful lot of respect for our opponent. Boy, they battled their tails off, and that's remarkable. I was just saying in there we had the one punt blocked, but to play 60 minutes of football like that in the opener and have no turnovers on either side of the ball is really remarkable. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we were penalized, which is again some of those things we were trying to pick a fight about, some of the things we were gonna make a difference in with our preseason and our approach through the spring and summer. We validated something. Now that's just one time up. But if you're not penalized much and you don't turn the ball over, you're hard to beat. So that's a good sign.
Let's open it up for questions. Please identify yourself, your organization, and ask your question. Sal?
Sal Interior Now Record. Coach, talk about Angel's performance, especially in the first half.
Well, Angel did some great stuff. And the best thing about Angel's performance was the ball's not on the ground. And there were some chances for the ball to be on the ground. He took some shots. I just was coached up on that. And the ball goes through his hands on every snap. So that's again, that kind of play at quarterback will give you a great chance. There'll be all kinds of things he'll do better. Clearly, he's got quick feet and he can make some people miss and he can run, and he made some nice throws. Now there's some throws he'd like back, especially on third and short when you can get it with your legs. I'd like to have that. I know he and I would both like that one back. But that's a great first outing for him. It's a chance to win the opener. It's a chance that he can feel great about a lot of the things he did out there, and he can look at some things that he'll do better next time up.
What can you guys do better in the second half? What could you better in the second?
I don't know. Got some first downs. Well, we can be a more consistent offensive football team in the second half. We can be a better defensive football team up front. We got pushed around a little bit. Now, to the guys' credit, we battled back, and we made there's some great instances in there where you can teach. When our offense we're punted deep and we go 3 and out, which is when you're coming out of your end of the field and you go 3 and out, and that's one of those things where 80+% of the time the opposing team will score on the next possession, and we get a great punt and we get a 3 and out. So you have some things that you do as a football team where you work together. When we were struggling a little bit on defense, the offense couldn't be stopped, and when then the offense started to struggle, we started to find a way to get some stops. So again, the two sides of the balls complemented one another. They played together. Obviously, we're going to have to be a lot better to have a chance. That's got to be the worst outing of the year. But like I say, we got our W.
Coach Ron Margatola, the presumption was that if Angel was going to be the quarterback, we'd see more running. Then first play off the line, throwing a pass, and a good one. Was that something, a little signal you were trying to send, like, no, this isn't the guy who's just going to run?
Oh, no, that's never been our impression of Angel. Angel has been a very productive thrower throughout his time, coming in. And I say we validated some things that we're doing. We validated some people out there. And Angel can deliver the ball. There's not a lot of difference between him and AJ as throwers either.
You mentioned that you were pleased, no penalties in the first game, obviously. Also, no turnovers. I mean, for a pretty new, offensive new quarterback.
Well, as I say, exactly. That's the best thing you can say about Angels. He played, started his first game of this year anyway, and he started games before, but that was to go out and that with all that attention, all that pressure, and all that, because that's been the drama on the offensive side of the ball. The rest of those guys have all played. He was that competition quarterback had stolen the conversation for a while. So, and that's not lost on him. So to go out there and just be poised, and I've always said that, I felt that way about Angel, that he really thrives out there between the white lines when he gets away from myself and Coach Shields, and he really likes it out there. When the officials keep telling me to get back on the sideline, he thinks that's a great idea.
Ken, you have a question?
And Coach, just about how about Ray Maples, getting him in the mix tonight, and Larry Dixon, the group of running backs that you have. How did you feel they performed?
Well, that was part of Angel's formula for success, right? He had some veteran players around him that are good with the football, that have all been there before. As I say, we still need to play an awful lot better for a while there in the second half. we did what we'd like to think we can do at the end. We take the ball and we hold on to it and we're productive, and we needed that kind of play a little bit earlier, but and I think give Hayden Tippett credit because he can still come in and keep it going. He's hard to knock down, that sucker, and so no, it's a veteran backfield, and that's going to give Angel a chance to work out the kinks in his game.
And in the defensive line, T.J. Altamala, Bobby Coe, Joe Drummond seem to be getting pressure on their quarterback in passing situations. Were you pleased with that?
Well, we got him out, yes and no, because what they got him out of the throwing game and got him into, they put the quarterback in their cousin with the legs, and that was problematic because that thins you out on defense. You know, they're playing with all 11 guys, and you have to defend the quarterback's legs, and then he threw a couple of nice balls, and my comment to Pime is that's not fair. When you can be that dangerous with the football in a power running type offense, and then be able to throw the ball that well, that accurately, really stresses a defense's numbers. You know, and you'll notice that I was proud of the way the guys got through that game. And now we played a lot of guys, but it was a tough night to be playing defense and chasing that quarterback. And we played a lot of guys, and we had a couple of guys cramp up. But I think as a unit, we're gonna feel good about where we are from a conditioning standpoint coming out of training camp. Nobody should be surprised by that. We're not, but that was tested certainly tonight.
Coach, in the past, you said in the first game of the year, first couple of games, the team learns a tremendous amount. What do you think the team learned from the game tonight?
Well, they if they didn't know already, they found out how hard a football game is, and they found out how the scoreboard can lie. The scoreboard, it'll tell you it's going to be an easy game, and there's nothing easy about it. That I don't know that they learned that, but they certainly validated that knowledge that this is a you respect your opponent. It's a tough fight every snap, and play the next play. And if you'll do that, you'll like the scoreboard at the end.
Coach,
Go
can you
ahead, Charles.
talk about the two freshman starters, Moss on offense and Jenkins on defense?
Right, both of them, and both of them show up in a positive light. Both of them they get exposed a little bit as being freshmen, but that's the business out there, especially, on Jenkins on defense. You're a field corner in our defense. You're going to get some business. And I thought obviously we'll see what we see when we turn on the tape, but I like what we see out there. We've been talking about Xavier, from the get-go. We feel like that's another dimension for our offense.
Nope, we're good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. All right, guys, to my right, Jeffrey Bacon, Angel Santiago, Michael Kime, and Alex Meyer. Please identify yourself and which player you address your question to. Go ahead, Charles. Bottom. There you go. Just testing you this Friday night, that's all. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good, Charles.
Well,
Still nothing. You're good, go ahead.
this is for everybody. Anybody wants to answer? We'll start with Jeffrey. First game of the season, you got the win. How does that feel?
I feel it's great to have the first win.
Yeah.
You know that you always want to start season on a good note, and with the W, we did that. I know on defense it was a little sloppy. Some formations they kind of threw at us, so we had to adjust on the go. But nonetheless, it's good to get that first one out the way.
And Angel, how did you feel you played tonight? You had a lot of success passing early. How did you evaluate your performance?
I think, first game I performed. I feel I performed well. There's much things that I need to improve on, And again, a lot of the success came from the receivers making big plays and the O-line really doing the thing up front. So it made my job a lot easier.
Alex, just going to ask you about your role. You were kind of playing quarterback out there in the defensive backfield. How did you feel about your game today?
I mean, I feel like I did pretty well. Defensively, we all have things we need to work on, but moving into next week, I feel like we'll be able to do a good job, move forward, play well next week. So.
Angel, it's nice to start well. That first pass to Moss to get the game going, did that kind of get your blood pumping a little bit? Like, damn, we can do this?
I would say so, definitely. Right when we connected that pass, I think that just boosted the entire offense's energy, and I think it showed on the drive when we drove down there and scored.
Momo, can you talk about no turnovers today, no penalties by the team? Can you just talk about how disciplined the team was today?
I mean, the turnover starts with these guys right here. I mean, they were the ones who were holding on the ball and keeping it safe whenever they got pressure. They were, 5 points of pressure on it. And the penalties, I think everyone was just really focused. Everyone had the mentality of kind of one play at a time, and no one was looking too far ahead. Everyone was just kind of precise in the moment.
Angel, do you feel if you guys can play perfect football on offense with no penalties and turnovers that you can hang with anybody that you play?
Absolutely. I think we're one of the most disciplined offenses in the country, and we know how to hang on the football. We know what's right, and it's just a matter of going out there and executing it.
Jeff, what do you think you guys got to correct on defense for Ball State on next week?
We need to work on getting the ball out. We didn't get any turnovers this game, so that's really not good from a defensive standpoint. Just being on point with anything they throw at us formation-wise. We need to work on that. Going into the different motions, different formations, that type of stuff. As a defense, we want to play behind their line of scrimmage, on their side of the line of scrimmage. We did okay tonight, but as the season progresses, we need to do a better job of that.
Michael, how did you feel the offensive line played today? You had to do more pass blocking than you've done in the past. How did you feel on pass blocking?
We felt great. We've done a lot of pass blocking during camp, a lot more than we did before. So we were really comfortable, and Morgan State showed a lot of different looks, but everyone, we knew our assignments very well against the different defenses, and pass pro for us felt pretty good. And when we give Angel plenty of time, he's going to connect with the guys like he did tonight.
Angel, on the second half offense, were they throwing something different in you that maybe was throwing you off a little bit, or you just weren't in sync as well as the first half?
I would say that we as an offense, in my eyes, we came out a little complacent, and that's one thing that we cannot do. We need to come out, just like it's the first half. The scoreboard's 0-0 in our eyes, so that's one thing that we definitely need to change and mitigate that happening from again.
And Jeff, you had made the change from the middle linebacker position last year to playing safety. How did you feel playing safety tonight?
I felt good. I wish they would have passed a little bit more so I could have got some pass looks. It was just mostly run, so I almost felt like a linebacker again. But I felt good. I like it. The transition's been going well for me. My teammates been helping me out a lot. Guys that have played safety before, they're giving me tips and everything just to get me right. Coach me, one of the best coaches in the country at safety. So I'm lucky. I would say that.
How do you feel the team has to improve going forward?
We just need to, with the offense I guess with the whole team in general, not being complacent going into the second half, or going into the next play, I should say. Tonight we did really good things, but we also did some bad things. So we need to cut down on those bad things and increase those good things. We know different things are going to happen throughout the game, but we need to stay poised and just ready to keep going in the right direction.
Michael, how do you feel on offense? How do you feel like the offensive line has to improve?
We definitely have a lot to work on. Things we got to clean up against the different looks. And that starts with the first season, our leadership up there, that we got to make sure everyone knows their assignments. We were subbing some guys in and out, so that's keeping people fresh, but we need to stay more present in the moment, definitely.
How did it feel to have the core cadets very excited all through the game tonight?
Oh, they're fantastic. I mean, the energy that they give us, they don't even realize how much it helps us. We have big plays and the whole stadium erupts. That fires us up a lot. So, if they continue to do that, we're going to win a lot of games here.
Angel, can you talk about just the pressure you felt leading up to this game, replacing Trent, and how that affected you?
Trent Steelman did amazing things here, so definitely big shoes to fill. But I want to go out there and give it my best, each play in order to put my team in the best situation to win. And so, again, it's just there's no, one all-star on this team. All of us, all 11 guys on the field, we're the team. So when we're all, in sync and in tune, then we're definitely a force.
Okay. All right, thanks, guys.